Now that we have both the files, what we'll do is we will add them to our Git repository, commit them, and then push it to our online repository. For that, what we'll do is we'll do a git add all and then git commit, and then we'll do a git push. So let me add git add just all. So all of them have got added, and then you can run these commands from anywhere, but you should have to be inside your git folder. So I'll do a git commit dash dash all because I want to commit all of them. Once you do that, what it will tell you is that, like I told you before, that my username and password and my name is not configured. So what I have to do is I have to run this command and configure it for the only one time. So I'll give me 24 at gmail.com, make it a full screen. So this is done, and then I'll add my name. So I'll just copy this command, and then my name will be crazy coder. Check again what my name is. It's a K. Okay, I've done that. So I'll run the command again, git commit all. So once you do a git commit all, like I mentioned, it will ask you for a commit message. So this is basically a message that you want to put in while you make the commit, so that whenever you look at the changes you made, you have a reference. So I'll say this is my first commit. I'll just say first commit, added 2 files. Then you do Control O, just save. This is a nano editor, just save O, and then enter, and then Control X. So the commit, so it has committed 2 files. So it shows me the message. The branch is master, and you see there are actually 3 files because the compiled binary is also there. So all these threes are created and committed. So once I have committed, so what I will do is I have to do a git push, git push. So now what we're doing is with this command, because it's committed already, my local repository knows about the changes. However, my online repository, which is in github.com, is not aware of these changes. So what I want to do is, using the git push command, I want to upload these changes to the online repository. So once you do that, what it will ask you is your GitHub username and GitHub password. So I will do crazy there, and then paste in your password. I pasted in my password. What it will do is it will start uploading. So you see it is writing object, and now it has uploaded. So how do you know it's uploaded? So it will give you an ID of the branch, and then it has committed everything online. So now that we have committed everything online, we should be able to see these changes. So what I will do is I'll go back to github.com and just I will refresh this page. So now what you see, we have both these files in github.com on my project folder, and this is my GitHub repo, and all these files are present. So let me go back to the tutorial page. So as you remember that next time when you push again, it will ask you for a username and password. So to prevent that, what I will do is I'll do a git config helper store. So I'll just copy this command and then run it so that it saves my username as well as password. So I did that, and then immediately after that run a git pull. So when you do a git pull, so it will save everything, and you see when you do a git pull, it is saying everything is up to date because the online repository and my local repository is synced. So in the next section, what we're going to do is we want to make some changes into these 2 files, and what we will want to see is how is it tracking the changes. So we'll see these changes in our local Git repository as well as the online repository, and how GitHub helps us do that. So what we will do is make a add me function and add these functions into each of these hello world.c and hello world.py. And once we have made those changes, then we will do this whole cycle again. We'll do a git add, git commit, and git push, and try to see the changes. So let's get started. So I have this ls.l. So let me open the nano editor again, hello world.c, And what I will do is I'll add this function. So I'll add function, and it will take two arguments, add a comma int b. So this basically is a function to just add. So I'll return a plus b, and this is an int, and I will add a print function here. So this will be basically so what I'll do is I'll add this stuff here, and I will also add some changes into this file here. I am folder. Okay, so the changes that I have made is I have added these lines, these few lines over here, and then so there is a function over here. Then I also modified the statement, I am a crazy coder, as well as I added a new line which prints uh, the sum. So once I've done that, I will save it, I will compile it. So it seems me there is a problem. Okay, so I made a mistake here, add me x. Let me compile it again. So it compiled, I'll run it, a.out. You see it's compiling correctly. Let's make some changes in the hello world.python file. So in Python, what we'll do is we'll add me. So in Python, how to add a function, we have to use a def command. So you can get the code as a reference from here, and you add me. You don't need to initialize variables, you just call them out, and then you return a plus b. You don't need a semicolon, and here I will write that I am crazy coder, and then in the next statement I'll write this, basically this whole thing. Copy this, paste this. I have made the changes. I'll save it. So here I made changes. I added a function. So these are the first few lines, and then after that I also added a line which adds two numbers, and I want to add 5 and 7. And now what I'll do is I'll run it. Python hello world.py. So you can see this is working correctly. After I have made all these changes, let me look at my directory. So it looks exactly the same as before, only the files hello world.c and hello world.py has changed. So I will do a git add all. It has added. I will do a git commit. It will ask me for a commit message again. So I'll write changed two files, and maybe I'll write added function add me b to both the files. So once I've done it, save it, Control O, and then exit. So it has committed. You see three file changes seen because there was an a.out also. So there are three deletions, and this is what the repository has recorded. So as you can see, three files have changed. You can check the status. So what if you do git status? So what it says is that your branch is ahead, meaning the current branch is ahead of the or the current local Git repo is ahead of the online repo, and you can see the changes. How to see? So because we are publishing this into a master branch, what you can do is do a git, uh, and then you can do check. Sorry, not the git check. Show, and then you have to write the branch in which you want to show as a master. So you can see that it is showing the difference what you made. So you have this plus symbols, which is these are the things you added, and the negative ones which you removed or changed. So now what we'll do is we'll do a git push. So it's asking me for username and password.